And welcome back to the Denver Sports Betting Show. My fight crew never left. We are here to talk about the upcoming fight card, but we got to backtrack a little bit and talk about the last one. We had a wing bet that was settled on the last segment, but it was only settled because of the foul and disgusting, bad judges. They are horrible people. They are the people that don't hold the door open. They are the people that don't put the shopping cart back in the grocery store. They are just the worst kind of people. They robbed Jose Aldo, the king of Rio, of a win. He was clearly winning round one, clearly winning round two. Round three was up in the air, but they just robbed him on the scorecards. Taylor, break it down.
Man, I don't know how to break it down other than Jose Aldo won that fight and those wings were hot. But what I can say is he came out round one, round two, had him on his back foot, had him running. Soccer kicked him twice in the face, had him scrambling for his life. Now, he did have a good round in round three, right? He came out and outstruck him pretty significantly.
He was gassed.
He was gassed because he whooped that boy for 2 rounds. That's why he was gassed. And it's a 3-round fight. And man, I thought I was good at math, and usually 2 is more than 1. And I don't know what happened here, man. I really don't know what happened here.
Well, when it's criminal, you can't explain it. It was just a vile scoring. And we even looked at this before we started the show. And I have a conspiracy theory because I remember seeing a 30-27 scorecard, don't you?
Yeah, and it's even on Google when you look it up. I'm just saying.
It's on Google when you look it up, but when you look at the UFC official website, there's not a 30-27 round. So they're changing them after the fact. Just proves my point even more that this was a robbery. How you could do this to a UFC Hall of Famer, a legend.
The King of Rio, man. Come on.
Yes.
What else did Google say when you looked at the fight? That
it also said that
the result was incorrect.
I'm pretty sure that's all that matters.
It says
that was Wikipedia. That doesn't count, man. That doesn't count. Okay?
Yeah, it says it's being disputed. So I have my calls into Dana White. Hopefully those judges, they never work another UFC fight again. They go back to judging high school wrestling because that's what they deserve.
They don't even deserve that, man. After
JV,
that call.
JV, they need to get demoted to JV. So again, what they did to Jose Aldo was just criminal. I will pay the price of eating the wings because the one that really paid the price was Jose Aldo, and it was disgusting. So anyways, moving on to this week's fight card. Every, I don't know, 3 weeks or so, every other month, we have this fight card that
just doesn't do
it. Man, some of them I'm really excited for, and some of them, it's what we get. So this week makes it really tough for betting because there's just some heavy favorites, and they're just so chalked up. What can you even do other than put them in a parlay? I don't even know what else to say, but we'll start with one of the closer fights. Sadiq Youssef versus Marion Santos, with Santos being a -125 favorite. You can have Sadiq Youssef at +105. Taylor, who you got?
So Sadiq is a great striker. He's really, really good. He's 2-3 for his last 5. And at one point, he was a 13-2 prospect. I think that time has passed. Santos is 4-1 in his last 5. He's on a tear. He's a really technical and forward striker. If he keeps the pressure, I think Santos takes this one. I do like this probably for one of the better bets, like you said, just because of the line. So, yeah, I do think Santos gets this victory.
Right. And before I go to you, Ryan, there's one thing I wanted to point out about Sadiq Youssef. He is fighting at a better weight now. So sometimes they do the weight, a re-weigh-in right before the fight. Yeah. So this guy was putting on like 25 pounds before from his official weigh-in date to his fight weight. So that means during his 8-week fight camp, man's cutting 30 pounds. So he's now only having to cut about 20 pounds. And I think that makes a big difference. So before I give my pick, I just wanted to say that. Ryan, who you got?
I got Santos. Okay. Same thing what you said. So Youssef, striking accuracy, like he's right there, but I just feel like Santos is just more. He has better defense, so he's going to be able to. I think he's going to be able to get the KO here because Youssef is on that 0-2 streak as well.
But Youssef don't want to get cut.
That's true.
Youssef likes paychecks. So I think the man's going to go
So
out there
did
and
Tony
fight.
Ferguson, but we kind of saw.
You got to do Tony like that.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was a straight from left field. Wait, what did he do?
What do you got against El Kakui, man? What you got against him, man?
I'm just saying. He liked that
Yo, El
paycheck too.
Kakui, I love you, brother. Okay, I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah,
Still
you're
one of the
you're
greatest,
a legend.
man.
Hey, he's a legend for sure.
That was him.
So Darrian, as our local fighting expert and local fighter, who you got? You like Youssef or you like Santos?
I'm gonna go with Santos. I agree with him. Better defense, better forward striking.
Yeah.
I think we'll take it.
So the only reason I'm going to disagree with all you guys is I like Youssef fighting at a better weight. So you as a fighter,
He was 13-2 at his other weight, though, right?
he was good, but I just think that massive weight cut.
Yeah.
I've never cut 30 pounds. As a fighter, what's that like getting ready for that? So you got training, you got everything that you got to do on your normal day to day, but you also got to cut this weight. What's that like?
If you do it right, it always works out. My manager taught me a way better way. I hold my weight until probably, I don't start my cut till probably 3 days prior.
Oh, really?
Like crazy cut where, I'll stay around between 10 pounds off my weight. So I'm not dealing with, I don't want to be sitting at my weight for long. So,
Have you ever had to deal with a cut where you had the dehydration and felt it in the fight the next day?
No, never. Never have been. I'm pretty good at rehydrating. I do a lot of IVs. I love IV. Shout out Hydrate IV. That is like a savior. But no, I make sure I do it right. There's ways to do it. Some people really kill themselves.
Oh, man.
And I used to do that kind of, but not to that extent. But there's definitely been some camps that I'm like, this sucks. Yeah, it's not the best. But normally you got 24 hours. You should be able to rehydrate correctly. You shouldn't go to the point where you're passing out.
Would you say that you're good at it? Like, is that like a skill? Like amongst fighters, would you say like, oh man, so-and-so's got a fight coming up, man. It's going to be tough, you know?
I've been around some fighters that have trouble cutting weight. But I used to get so worked up, and then my manager taught me, he's like, man, you really could hold the weight for a good amount of time, and you could cut 10 pounds in a day even sometimes, which I normally sit around 10 pounds until, 2-3 days prior to my fight. It's all water, you cut it off. Feel like crap for, a few hours before weigh-ins. You weigh in, get your hydration back, and normally I'm good.
Okay. So yeah, I think you got it down. It sounds like you have good leadership helping you out there too. I think we always go back to the was it like the Ultimate Fighter where they like lock the guy in the sauna? Who was that? That was Josh. What's his name?
Koscheck?
Josh Koscheck and somebody else. They're like literally holding the door. Guys like trying to break. They're like he's crawling out of there, like dragging him back in. So I always think about that when they say tough weight cut. That's what I always picture in my head. But to wrap that up, I'm going with Sadiq Youssef. Just from a pure betting standpoint, you just go with the dog. Every fighter has a puncher's chance. When it's even, just go with the better value. I have no confidence in that bet, but that is what I'm taking. The next fight, Rodolfo Bellato versus Paul Craig. Bellato can be had for -600 and Craig +400. I think I know what you're going to say, but go ahead and say it.
Yeah, I think Bellato in this one, I don't think it's a great bet. I think you have to find it maybe by finish or something like that if you can find a good line. I wish Paul Craig was better, though. Like, I love him. He's a jiu-jitsu guy, so I love him so much. But, like, you get knocked out by Bo Nickel, and you don't even have good takedowns to use your jiu-jitsu. Like,
and that knockout looks worse after what we just saw.
Yeah, absolutely,
100%.
right? And then you have this guy, Bellato, who's had 2 losses in his career to the same person. He's a high-volume striker. Paul Craig can't get this guy down if he tries, so I think it's just going to be a long night. Sorry to say it for Paul Craig, though.
Going against a jiu-jitsu guy, man.
Yeah, it's like my first time ever.
man?
I know, right?
You still got like a fever from like those wings or
I
something.
know. I think those wings messed
He's
me
like
up.
overheating, malfunction.
I just for the money and everything, I'm going to go with Paul Craig. I think his only chance is to get this on the ground, and then he'll submit him. But once again, I'm not throwing a whole bunch at this, but I'll go Paul Craig submission on this. Just
For one of the few guys that jump guard in MMA.
So yeah, that's who I'll go with.
Anyone can win on any given night. So, Darrian, who you got? Bellato, the favorite, or Craig, the dog?
I got Bellato.
He's like, I'm done. I'm sticking with the striking.
Yeah, we're gonna go with that bet. For sure.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty easy, but I mean Belato's a bull. The guy's just relentless pressure. So is there a chance that he falls into Craig's trap, gets tripped up? There's always that chance. So I would say from a betting standpoint, go with the value. I mean, there's nothing you can do with minus 600.
Yeah. No.
And for those of you that don't know, you have to put down $600 to make $100. That is not good value because, like I said, it's UFC. Anything can happen. Paul Craig will be the bet, but I'm picking Bellato to win. I hope that makes sense because it didn't make sense even coming out. So the next fight, Gilbert Burns plus 500 for the legend.
That's crazy. And I love legends. Tony, I got.
Yeah. He's over here trying to backtrack. This guy. Yeah, he can be found at Righteous Ryan 303. I will set up that fight. Gilbert Burns plus 500 versus Michael Morales minus 850.
That was the MMA gods being mad at me for that Tony Ferguson.
Yeah, Kukui's back, man. Kukui's coming.
So Taylor, who you got? Morales, Burns.
Man, I love this fight, though. I really do, because there's so much conspiracy potentially around it. With Michael Morales being undefeated, he thinks that 9+ fighters this year have lost their undefeated record, right? You have Gilbert Burns, who still has the power. Power's the last thing to go. He's 38 years old, though. Great grappler. He has a chance here. He's strong. But Michael Morales is a freestyle wrestling champion. He's a freestyle taekwondo champion. He's had an amazing record. I think he takes it by finish, and I think we see another legend in an unfortunate position.
Ryan.
So this is tough. Burns is a legend, but I feel like just everybody he's fought from Usman to JDM, like he was winning that fight. He was winning that fight. So but
then he gassed.
He did get taken down 7 times by Brady, though.
Yeah, but still, he still put up these guys he's going against are elite. Who's Morales fought? Like no one yet. So this is to prove that he can get to that next.
Dude, he has the Neil Magny. Okay, he's not top 10, but that 6 spinning elbow knockout of Neil Magny. Come on, that was sick.
It was sick. I'm not here to talk about legends anymore. But I'm just saying, as far as who Burns has fought and who Morales has fought, I gotta go Burns here. Especially with that plus money like that, man. Especially I feel like he's being disrespected for that line right there. Like, that's crazy.
That's a crazy line.
It is.
Plus 500 is insane.
For somebody, like you said, I'm looking at his last 3 fights, all losses, so take it for what it is. But Bilal Muhammad, former champion.
Trash.
Jacked it. Yeah, he did not go out there and fight for my money. So.
Shout out to Street X again, okay? JDM, Street X.
Yeah, JDM. And like you said, he was winning that fight. He gassed, got dropped in the 3rd round, but he was winning. If JDM doesn't pull that out, we're talking Gilbert Burns, maybe title contender? I don't know.
Right there.
But then Sean Brady just mops the floor with him. So take that.
That's important. That fight is super important because the old Gilbert Burns, if he goes on the ground with you, you're done.
Right.
He got taken down 7 times and didn't do anything in this fight. And so I just think he's plus the 35. He ain't no Volk. Okay, he ain't gonna come in here. So yeah, I think this is just a long night for Burns.
Yeah, unfortunately, because he's a good dude, legend. Don't strike me down. Do you have? Are you gonna go out on a limb, pick the dog?
No. I'm sorry. No, I don't think. No. I'll give it. I'm not disrespecting anybody. Burns is an amazing fighter. He had an amazing career.
So assuming that Morales gets the fight done. I mean, where does that put him? Does that get him a ranking? Where does that leave him?
I think it should put him up there, top 15 at least. I don't know about top 10 because he hasn't fought a young up-and-comer. I would love to see Morales against Brady or against JDM prior to being champion. I don't think he's ready for that yet. But somebody with that type of style, I would love to see Morales go against.
All right. Ryan, what you think?
So if he wins, once again, if that's a big if, no. Like you said, those young up and coming guys like Brady would be huge. But he's right up there for a title as well too. So, but yeah, if he gets past Burns, he's got to go one of those up and coming guys to get there, but he'll be in like the top 15 for sure.
Yeah, he should get a ranking. I would love to see him destroy Bilal Muhammad for what Bilal Muhammad did to my bet this last weekend. Very disappointing, but there's a reason.
Didn't you mention like JDM was real low, right? There were so many people above him.
But here's the problem. Gilbert Burns had a path to victory. He just chose to do something completely different. I mean, take him down. You're just standing there getting punched in the face. You're an excellent wrestler. You know, I'm no UFC fighter. I'm no UFC champion. But if I was standing there getting punched in the face, I would try to do something a little bit different.
He couldn't wrestle because I told you guys from day one, JDM was with Craig Jones and B Team. And he has defeated every other Russian wrestler. And it's about time that y'all admit that the B Team is the future and Australia's going to whoop out Russia. And it's okay.
Who's that again?
Man, we rolled the clip last time. You were wrong last time. We can roll another clip too. It's okay.
Okay, I'm jumping on board. I'm starting to listen to you because I lost my bet. It was brutal, and I had to sit there and watch. At least he could have knocked Bilal out right away, so I didn't have to just sit there and watch round after round after round. I'm like, Bilal, do something different. So a little bit frustrating, but needless to say, listen to Taylor. Follow along with our bets because this week. Oh, actually, we didn't make our bet.
Yeah, what's our bet this week?
No, we have to each make a bet.
Yeah. Mine's Burns. I'm going.
Mine's 100% Morales then.
No, you're going for the favorite.
You can't go with 800 favorites. Are you kidding me?
You gotta do like round or like how it is.
No,
like something
800.
That's
ridiculous.
I got Bellato by finish then.
Okay, Bellato by finish. And the one I like this week because this man fights as much as Darrian over here. Mel Costa, I don't know how many fights this man has had this year, but the man is just always down to scrap. I love it, and I think it's getting him some great recognition. He's getting great fights. He's a minus 175 favorite, but the man is always down to scrap, and that's what I love to see in fighters. So with that being said, we're going to wrap up this segment. Be sure to get your wing order in at CD's Wings. Like I said, the last man standing held it down for us. And, your fight. May 30th at...
The 30th or 31st? 31st.
May 30th. May 31st. Bare knuckle, and you're going to go out there. You're going to be successful. I know you have a bunch of support from our fight crew and everyone who watches the show. We're going to be excited to watch you.
I appreciate that. Ready to put on a show for everybody and, show everybody what it's about.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's going to be a great show.
Yeah, bare knuckles, the up-and-coming sports. So be sure to tune in, and we'll see you next week.